Yeah, we're good to go.
All right, you're live now. Go ahead and
All
complain.
right,
Yeah.
and welcome back everyone to the next session of Here Be Dragons. Who's giving a recap this week?
Right. I'll give half the recap, and Maren can give the other half of the recap. That sound fair?
Yeah.
Alright. Fight started. Idiots started fighting each other. Lessla convinced idiots to fight tentacles. That's half the session. So Maren, continue from there.
She's turned into a bear. This is Jericho a tiefling? Does he have a tail?
Yes.
Not all tieflings have
Okay, yeah, this
tails.
tiefling guy. Um, this
I should
tiefling right
clarify,
here.
is Tiefling does not have tail.
Okay, is tiefling does not have tail, but obviously you can tell is tiefling. Okay, he wrecked some shit with some fire stuff, and murdered some people that probably didn't need to be murdered. But it's a fight. This shit happens. And we dealt with the tentacle things, and Lara went down, and it's a little bit scary.
Uh,
And then the guy slow clapped.
something anime.
Uh. Recap done. Woo! Sorry.
All right.
It's a good thing I have a compressor filter on the Discord audio.
Sorry.
Don't be.
I will, as I'm shooting my dagger, I will also bring Lara to her feet.
She'll accept. She's still looking pretty shaky.
Yeah, he'll to the same side she came in on, and then he will move. I was trying to move Lara as well. I can't move Lara's token.
I'll move her with you.
Okay, he moves here, she'll be here.
Lessla, after he starts slow clapping, will move up closer to the front.
And Corvus will just start stroking the bear. Lord Aaron will start stroking.
Bear is growling.
All right. So this fellow right up here at the front looks over all at you with like the biggest grin on his face. Well done, all of you. You've well and truly proven that you have what it takes. And Lessla, you had mentioned you don't look especially happy right now. Is that correct?
No, she has kept mostly neutral face for the fight, but once again, Lessla has the unconscious tick up. The moment that fighting starts, she smiles almost manically.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Gotcha.
but she was very vocal in that he can't give us anything; we must take for ourselves. So,
Mm-hmm.
however, he interprets what Lessla looks like now after that.
Gotcha.
Nothing
But
is said. Oops, sorry.
he does slowly begin to walk down the stairs and stops in front of you, Lessla. You have an understanding of the Dragon God's teachings. A deep and admirable understanding.
Lessla slowly nods as she looks at him and says this. The life I had before this was one that, well, nothing was given to me. Nothing that I wanted. And I've learned that now I must take it. And I think that is why I am here. Not because you will give me anything, but because you will allow me the opportunity to take what should be mine.
And then you saw through the mask from the very beginning. Brilliant. Truly brilliant. I didn't expect to retract anyone like yourself. What she says is true, and now you all know for sure and for certain. You've all proven that you have what it takes to grasp hold of what you want and claim it for yourself through strength and power. All the talk of giving, receiving what is deserved, no man deserves what he cannot take for himself. But all of you are certainly capable of taking for yourselves. You've done very well.
If I may.
He gestures for you to speak.
Lady companion seemed to be quite tired after that little after dinner show. Wouldn't happen to have any way for them to get some of their stamina back for later on.
When all is said and done, there will be places for you to rest, should you choose to take them. You can also return home if you wish. Is there anything else?
Not from growling bear cheese.
Mostly asking if Corvus was done.
Corvus, when he was saying that, it wasn't just, oh, they need to sleep. That wasn't what he was asking.
Can we have a health potion?
No, he's kind of have a health potion because the ladies will need that energy for later.
It's a health potion, not a stamina potion.
Wink,
Very-
wink, nudge,
Very
nudge.
sleazy, no bullshit. What-
He seems to have largely just ignored the subtext,
oh,
if
come
he
on,
even
man.
picked it up at all.
Alright, I'll deal with that later then.
But you can see him gesture towards the back of the room, and you see the group come up with the four individuals you saw run off earlier, all bound, all their hands bound behind their backs.
Mm-hmm.
It would seem not everyone here has what it takes, and some would rather flee in the face of adversity. Since you all have proven you have what it takes to seize what you desire, perhaps you will prove your resolution in that fact. And Lessla, from underneath his robe, he hands you a dagger.
The very familiar looking dagger.
Nope.
Okay.
It's a very ornate looking one,
That's
and a very mean looking one. It's actually barbed. If you had to guess, it's probably not the most well made, but it will get the job done.
Is it rusty?
No, it's not that bad.
Yeah. Lessla takes the dagger.
I assume you know what must be done.
Lessla looks at it, looks back, and nods. And she will start walking this way. As she gets to this group, what do they look like?
They're all like various There are various races. It would seem there's not really a uniform appearance. You can see that a couple of them do have a similar marking. Specifically a tattoo, just a small blue teardrop by the corner of the eye. This one has it on the left, and these two have it underneath the right. This one doesn't have it that you can see.
I don't.
But going down the list, you have a half elf, a human, a half orc, and another human.
All right. I don't suppose there's any sort of check I could make to know what the symbology of that teardrop tattoo is.
Not you, no.
All right.
Who?
What do you mean who?
Who would have the ability to identify what that teardrop tattoo means?
That's a good question. Leslie's the only one over there right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I figured we all kind of turned to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she's the only one that's like
She's-
face to face with them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese did turn around and she is still growling.
Still stroking the bear.
It's a very small marking.
As Lessla walks up to them, she narrows her eyes at them, looking between each one. And before she steps forward, she'll from this point she'll look at them and says, "The four of you are unworthy of anything. The four of you ran when the beasts were almost dead."
You cut out.
Oh, sorry. The four of you
Yeah.
ran when the beasts were almost dead. And now look at where you are.
This one spits at you.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Foxy.
And where was that courage when you fled for your life? She steps forward into them fully and says, "Now, the man with that is obviously the leader here wants me to kill all of you. But I don't necessarily like following others' intentions. And so now I give you a choice. Pledge yourself to me, become mine, and I shall allow you to live as my soldiers."
Roll persuasion. Or, you know what? Go ahead and roll intimidation. You will have advantage.
All right. $25.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
on the first roll too.
Oof, chill.
So before they do get a chance to answer, you do hear from the front of the room. By whose authority do you make such an offer?
By my own authority.
Roll persuasion, also with advantage.
$24.
I do so like you. You heard the woman. Speak up, lest your tongue be cut from your mouth. They all kind of look back and forth amongst each other. This one here directly in front of you is shaking like a leaf. These two don't make eye contact. This one seems to be regarding you very questioningly. And he finally speaks up. What assurance we got you won't do us in like anyone else here?
You don't. This is an exercise in trust. If you are not willing to trust
How
me,
the hell is we supposed to trust someone like you, eh?
what's your alternative? As I've said before, follow me and I will give you the chance to seize what you want for yourself. That offer has not changed.
It's got a deal.
After he agrees, Lessla will look to the other three, making sure that the one that's trying not to make eye contact, she does make eye contact with.
These two aren't looking up. This one's just shaking like a leaf in general.
Okay. Lessla will move over to this one and assumedly they're all taller than her.
Not at the moment.
Okay. Oh, okay. So
They're
they're
on
like,
their knees. Yeah.
yeah. Lessla will will reach down and grab this one by the chin and force him to look up. And she says, "Do not avert your gaze from that which is inevitable. Pledge yourself to me and live, or stay silent and die."
This one speaks up again. I speak for the lot of them. They answer to me, I answer to you. That's simple as it is.
Very well. If that is the case, Lessla will step away from them and look back at this man as she tries to confidently stride forward.
Okay. He's grinning. He's grinning like a madman.
Mm-hmm.
He seems very pleased.
I am curious. What will you be making them do exactly?
What will be necessary?
He actually holds up a hand to stop you both.
Okay.
What she chooses to do with her own ingenuity is hers alone. And is not for you to question.
No question. I'd like ideas.
Then take the initiative. Like your friend here.
Continues to. How is stroking Lara's head, much like he's stroking.
Mm-hmm. And do you try and hand him the dagger back, or?
If he doesn't motion to take it back, she will not offer it back.
He doesn't.
Ooh, dagger. Quiet.
I have too many goddamn daggers.
You have so many daggers.
And you're not even the rogue.
I'm not.
That could be useful though. We could use that for scrying purposes.
I mean, I imagine at the end of the day, that's why he's not asking for it back.
I mean, like it's technically an item of his, so it could be used to scry on him.
Yeah. So
I will have my eye on you.
then watch.
Friends, Tonight was a wonderful night. And I trust that everyone here understands what they are signing up for. The two next to you do nod. You can see that kind of. I'm assuming most of you follow suit.
Lessla doesn't nod. She just is being very
That same crooked smile.
Yeah.
If anybody spoke bear, they would hear "fuck you, you fat ass bitch, I hate you, go die, go die." But normal people just hear a very loud roar.
Mm-hmm.
Scratching the. Just continue stroking the bear's ear. Scratching it.
When the time comes, you will know where to find us. You will know what you are needed for. Until then, understand you leave as more than you entered. And he turns and begins to leave, as do all of the others who are sitting down. And the ones back here who are guarding this group do. One of them does kick one of the ones on the end as he leaves, but otherwise, they do back off.
Yeah. Lessla walks back to this group, and she
These two just kind of immediately file out.
yeah, she looks at the one on the end and says, "And what is your name?"
I don't guess I got a chance of that in yours, do I?
I am Shade.
I have to make a roll for him. Nope. This must have loved you, eh?
They gave me all that I needed to survive in this world, and that's it.
I didn't quite catch that. You're cutting out still.
Sorry. They gave me all that I needed to survive in this world, and that's it.
Goodness, from a proper name, I see.
And yours? Shadow.
Don't mind the GM having to go to a name generator.
I was about to make the joke, waiting for the GM to get the name generator out. I apologize for once again sparing prisoners.
No. Oh no! If I was like, should I step forward? I was like, there's two things this could go as. Of course, tries to make them become his slaves, quote unquote, or
Yeah, no,
I was in a very similar boat.
You're in a very similar boat. I had the skill.
The GM will tell you about the table. If you had taken too long, Hope would have killed them.
Yeah, I know.
That's
know
what he
that
does.
for a fact.
That's
That's what he
does.
does. That's why I set forward is I took the knife. I'm like, I have two options here, and
The official reason Lord Aram didn't is he thought you were going to kill them, and he didn't want blood on his new boots.
Oh no,
Yeah.
like I said, I had a 50%. I had two options: kill
gamble.
them or take them, and
It was a gamble.
it was a gamble, and it paid off. And now he's gonna have to get new token art for all three of these people.
Never going to
That's
appear
if they
again.
survive.
Never going to appear again.
And this is where I
But
don't.
after looking over you for a while, Miros, good enough?
That's good.
Can you
for
spell
me.
that?
That is good for me. I would like to know where I could find you for the future when I have need of you.
We hang around here. It's an odd place. Not if you get my meeting.
Very well. I do hope you have a good rest of your night. And Lessla will were they unrestrained?
No, their wrists are tied behind their backs.
Okay. Lessla will go behind each one and cut their ropes.
Lord Aram watches them just to see if they go for her.
And once she's finished cutting them, she will say is, "We will be in touch." And then she looks over to Melody and says is, "Melody, it is time that we leave this place."
I glance toward. As they're doing that, Aram looks towards this gentleman and goes, "You there?" Looking back at him.
He makes eye contact.
You helped protect one of my little doves.
Jesus Christ.
For that you have my thanks. Ask your name, friend.
I'd rather you keep my name off your tongue.
The smile kind of fades and becomes like not disgusted, but a look of the amusement fades a little bit. Shrugs.
I think Sapphire would kind of approach him, but still keep a respectable distance. Then how about you tell me so I can thank you properly for going after someone else when I was arguably less of a hassle to reach and attack?
Roll persuasion, but with disadvantage.
Kind of figured. Where's my persuasion? Here. Yeah, no, I figured. But I'm not wrong. I was right here. He was right here. He had to go over a table to hit the bitch that hit me.
You'd best not mistake my actions for kindness. Or mercy. I have none of either.
Insight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
I'm making sure I'm off of disadvantage now. God damn it.
Would it be okay if I make that insight check too?
Yes,
you
but
can
it
still
will be
do
just your
stuff.
stats as a bear.
No,
Well,
because
no,
she
no.
has
The
wisdom.
wisdom it doesn't change your
Oh,
physical
that's
stats.
Yeah.
That's correct.
my wisdom.
Yeah.
I am the bear. 25.
Man, Cheese as a bear just rolls really well.
Yeah,
He is-
evidently. I'm
is
just gonna roll mine
dead
to see. Oh, look at that. I did decent.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, he is dead serious.
Okay.
Cheese will do like a little chuff that's like, well, shit.
In that case,
In
Sapphire.
particular, Cheese, you can tell is him. In particular, he is glaring at Corvus with nothing but contempt and disgust.
Ah.
I wanted.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But
it means I'm doing it right.
Well,
regardless, Sapphire will close her eyes and kind of like give a half nod. Well, regardless, thank you for sparing me, if only for a moment.
He doesn't reply to that.
I wasn't expecting him to. I gave him my thanks. That's all I need.
I believe we were told there were. They said there were Rouge here.
What was that?
He said the leader said there was like Rouge or something here.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lord Aram could have looking with his one's still a bear. He knows that. I think me and my little dubs will go see if we can find anything in these rooms. Yeah. And if they let him, he'll guide them back and look for the rooms.
Bear. Bear. What does bear do?
Bear's
Bear.
Bear's
think
still
at this-
cheese.
yeah, you're still
Yeah, I
cheese.
think maybe at this point you. Actually, I don't know what's the
And
It
strength
lasts a
on that?
number of
It's an
hours
hour.
equal to half
Hours.
the level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that 2 hours it can last.
Yeah. Um. I. Ugh. I suppose cheese will turn back into cheese.
I guess.
I guess. She likes being a bear.
Yeah, being
It makes her feel
sounds
powerful.
really fun. It sounds really. Or just a little envious.
Cheese just kind of gives a glare to everybody. And she looks to Corvus.
He will begin to make his way to the back, hooking both the ladies' arms.
You hear something come shambling out of one of the hallways.
Nani the fuck. Let me scroll the fuck up.
Moved, so I'll be getting the
Lovely.
It looks at you with its bottom jaw clearly fully broken off, and
Oh, good, it
points
can't
in
bite
this
you.
direction.
It's his hand on the thing's skull.
Are you patting its head?
No, he's putting his hand on its skull. Are the bones solid? The bones weak,
They seem pretty solid.
which means the body's new.
Or something else.
Actually, I will try. I am proficient in medicine. Can I identify how old the skeleton looks in terms of like age?
About 5
It
minutes.
It actually looks fairly old, but necromancy
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Human build.
ish.
Which means it could be elven or tiefling. Tieflings usually have horns.
Yeah, you would be able to see the horns because they're bone.
Yeah.
Horns are not bone, antlers are bone.
There's a
Horns are
moment
modified
where
hair.
he's like.
They would have pedicles that are bone, which the horn grows off of. Sorry,
He'll
that
look
is
at the
one
thing
fact that
and
people
he's
get wrong that pisses me off.
holding its head. He'll be like, "Now why are you standing up straight?" Let's go to the head.
It keeps pointing over on this direction.
I said kneel.
It just keeps pointing in the same direction.
You obviously aren't versed in magic. You aren't his master.
I break its knees.
Jesus!
It's a skeleton. Corvus feels no remorse for skeletons.
You can try.
Oh.
It turns out it's a monk skeleton.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. It's not wearing armor. It might not.
That does not hit.
Oh, it's just.
Even if it's not wearing armor, it has a +2
You
to
do
dex.
that, and it like lifts its foot out the way as you try and sweep it out from under it. Just keeps pointing in this direction.
That's humbling.
I mean, it's
something,
very obviously leading us to rooms there.
Yeah, but he begins to take his 2 doves and starts walking in the direction of where it's pointing. But he's grumbling. Cheese, who's really perceptive, realizes he's not actually saying anything. He's just pretending he is.
Damn skeletons show no fucking respect.
They're
for
not,
living.
Corvus does not like undead, and he needs an excuse to destroy it. But he can't make it obvious that he wants so desperately to destroy it because he just joined an undeath cult. Kind of.
As they walk.
Are
down.
you cutting the bindings on these individuals and letting them go?
Yeah, Lessla had already done that.
Okay.
So they're free to go wherever they want. She made her way back to Melody to see what Melody was doing.
She seems remarkably unfazed.
Yeah, I had a feeling that she was remarkably unfazed.
She just goes back to the table and starts eating again.
I think.
No, but she is she is now just kind of looking around.
And what are you going to
Her
do?
eyes linger on the skeleton every so often.
And what are you going to do, Melody?
I guess go where he's pointing. That makes the most sense, right? That's what you do with these kind of things, isn't it? I don't know. I'm new around here.
Well, then, follow my lead, I guess. And Lessla will, as she turns, make eye contact with Zarfea and just give a subtle nod. And she'll follow along with the others.
All right.
I assume Hope, being who Hope is probably already following along.
I want to look to
Yeah.
bedrooms. That's Hope's also.
Oh no! I'm not moving yet.
Oh, sorry.
I'm waiting to see what Jericho does. I am not letting him behind me.
He's just watching you right now.
You're both doing the same
Me.
thing.
And I look at him.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna have to walk backwards if you don't want him to be behind you.
Do you plan on following the others?
He looks at you. What equipment do you have on you right now?
Basically that image, but I'm probably like the only thing that I think Sapphire would have visible at this moment is her rapier and possibly her crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
The daggers are hidden.
Yeah. But you do have them.
Yes. And by dagger I mean the one and then Corvus's stone. Because he gave it to me.
If I were to let you trail behind me, I'd be a fool.
And you could say the same about me, about you.
Shrugs.
Then perhaps side by side. So neither of us gets stabbed in the back. Out of character. And by side, I mean like 10 feet apart.
Do you plan to walk
fire.
side by side at Blade Point?
I'm sorry, I'm not entirely sure. Out of character. I'm not entirely sure what he means
When
by
when he
that.
says that, he pats the sword at his hip.
It has reach, doesn't it?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. Not directly next to each other. A safe distance apart.
And I suggest you get going.
Mind you, I wasn't saying she's against walking next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Just, safe distance apart, as opposed to one behind the other. So Sapphire will start by moving this way. And wait for him to get, like, here or here.
He doesn't move.
Alright, then I'm gonna give him a wide berth as I, like, kind of keep at least my peripherals on him.
He's still just keeping an eye on you. Everyone else at this point has filed out. I'm just not going to bother to move all the tokens.
That's
The
fair.
skeleton just keeps periodically pointing this direction and looking at you
Like that.
expectantly.
Gonna go or not?
I hate Scout.
I will also ask Flowers to keep an eye on him since, he's invisible.
As you are finally leaving the room, you do see him sort of shift and move as you're finally walking out the door.
And where is he shifting and moving to?
Like he's starting to walk and go in the same direction.
Okay. Man, he... Mind you, she's not holding her crossbow, so, like,
Uh-huh.
it's not like she's gonna actively pull it out when there's no need.
You've never played a paranoid person, have you?
That's, very, very fair.
Like, Corvus completely understands this guy. Corvus doesn't like himself right now. He has to stay in character because it's Liar's Night.
Yes.
Actually, it's past midnight, so technically.
It's not
Liar's Night. I can't remember how long it lasts.
Anyway, into the rooms.
It is at this point the GM must tell you he did not have time to finish the map for them.
Oh,
It's
that's fine.
okay.
That's
Oh, that's
fine.
fine. Just put us in a blank map and we'll draw out some rooms.
I mean,
Strong.
you have no idea how often I actually do that. I mean, you can always just put us back on Waterdeep and then describe things to us.
Mm-hmm.
Or, our normal campsite.
We're camping inside the building.
We have set up camp. You're hanging from the rafters.
Clearly, it's just a nice Lehman's tiny hut.
This is our home base. now.
Pocket dimension.
No, it's an Arkan's tower. Or not Arkan, or Galder's tower. Arkan is someone else.
Oh god, what's that one spell? The mansion one. Hang on. I've got...
It's not that.
Magnificent mansion. This is clearly just a magnificent mansion.
Warehouse.
Anyway, we're gonna let Shadow describe the scenes.
Well, hang on.
Hold on.
He's just gonna put construction signs on the rooms that he hasn't finished yet.
This warehouse is under construction.
You'd think they would have this ready by now.
Dibs on the free bricks.
Oh no, you know what it is? This is actually I
don't know if you know this, but if you see a construction site, there's free bricks. You can take them.
Yeah. Anyway, but so
Like the ducks in the park.
Yeah.
They're free. The government won't tell you this.
So what
How many ducks do you have?
Damn it. God damn it, I'm trying to say something, god damn it. No, what this is this is actually the end of the tutorial. And we're now getting the base of operations that we have to spend the in-game currency to finish.
Dibs on converting the image of Chazar to the image of Maliki.
The GM is currently just scoured the internet for a simple replacement. So
I just need a corridor. Give me corridor. Pretty decent warehouse. I mean, looking at its structure. You know?
But I
I was
will.
like,
I will tell you one thing. Lessla, the entire time she was doing that, she was not able to breathe properly
oh yeah,
because that was a huge gamble to take that she could do
oh
that.
yeah. I think Corvus was watching that. I think it's the thing of never shown signs of like I will make this person my slave. Never shown signs of that. You've never shown signs of I want to work with this person in the future. Corvus doesn't know how genuine it is, but he also remembers it's Liar's Night, so it's all about lies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a mix. Also, he's acting like a complete douche. He can accept that Lessla is maybe playing up something.
I mean,
It was really funny when you pretended to enslave those people, and Lessla goes, pretend.
well, I mean,
There's also a thing, if you don't know, but Liar's Night is no deal can be trusted on Liar's Night.
Mm-hmm.
You just made a deal.
At the end of the day, I mean, you can never trust a deal when you're dealing with your Dragon Cult. At the end of
Yes, but that's the idea of Liar's Night. You don't make a deal on Liar's Night.
I mean, so just going into that moment, it is kind of a moment of character, quote unquote, character growth for Lessla. Because had this been the same Lessla that was at the beginning of the campaign, she would have just killed them.
Oh yeah, I was like, let's see how much Lesla's grown. Is she just going to murder them? Or is she going to do something weird?
Also, I wonder if those 4 people just fucking dipped and we'll never see them again. It's like
It's entirely possible, and Lessla will accept it if that happens.
It's fine. That's fine. It's like okay, there's some dangerous people in the city which they already knew. Can't fuck with them, which they already knew. There's a bunch of stuff that they already knew.
Ah.
Wow, we went from stone architecture to wooden architecture.
No,
there's still some stone.
There's still stone.
There's some stone. It's just very brown stone.
Yeah, and then they put hardwood
all-
floors in. Jesus, how did they get all this into a warehouse?
Easy. Fucking.
it's
easy.
downstairs, clearly.
I told you that either working for a guild, they're working, or they're a bunch of people who were former adventurers, or Blackstaff's funding them. We don't know. Someone's funding these fuckers.
Or some other noble.
Also, they're renovating a warehouse, very underhanded, undercover in the Dark Ward. Not exactly the weirdest thing that's ever happened in the Dark Ward.
I guess they could...
fucking
You're
with
gonna
us.
have to refix Cheese's size. Also, Jesus.
Skeleton's with us. God damn it. Go away, Skeleton.
He does follow you in after Jericho and just goes and he saunters himself back behind this bar.
Yeah, it's kind of like I assume
Counter.
if this book is actually here, I assume it's like a ledger or like a check-in of some sort.
When you go and look at it, there doesn't actually appear to be anything but squiggles. And there's a very mangled ink pen here.
How many bite marks does it have?
I feel a little bad.
Well, the skeleton is missing a lower jaw.
It could be why he's
No.
missing a lower jaw. He couldn't stop eating the pen.
Does he look it off? Like,
I mean, it
stop
just stares at you as you come up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lesla's seeing that. She's just going to assume that if he's just looking at her, he's not doing anything, there's nothing left that he can do. And it's
It just stares at you.
so she's
So
just...
looking in the room to all in the heads of before Lessla disappeared. In the heads of Hope. Actually, I don't, Hope doesn't. Oh, actually, I'll keep it with people like who. Actually, Hope is stealthy, but Hope reacts weirdly when. But Lessla, Sapphire, specifically, and set to the girls later. But you say, look around, see what we can find.
Mm-hmm.
It might have left something. And then as he's taking the girls, which room seems to draw any of the girls' attention? This one? This one? This one?
Once Lessla is
Or this one.
deep enough into the hallway that she thinks that she's well enough away from other people, she will quickly cast Detect Magic.
Well, there's someone who's following you very closely.
Yes, Melody. Yeah, that's fine. I knew Melody would follow closely, but Lessla is just basically she's casting Detect Magic and looking into each room to see if she
There
senses
is some illusion magic on this place in general.
in general. Okay, interesting.
All right.
Could I make an investigation check to try and see through the illusion?
You can.
All right. Make sure I'm on normal. That's an 11. I don't think I see through it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Would Corvus also be
You
detecting
have a feeling
magic
this
and let us
probably
know the
isn't
same?
actually wooden.
Yeah.
It's a thing of like he's letting you guys do something while he gets in a private area with the two ladies so that he can
Mhm.
start discussing stuff,
Mhm.
and then they can start doing the actual business. He has to keep it because unfortunately, this fucker followed, so I have to keep up appearances a little bit
Mm-hmm.
for the time being, and also she's here, so I have to keep appearances just a little.
Mhm.
He does eventually just go in here and close the door.
It could be an office. Damn it.
Yeah, it looks like it's a bed. Anyway. But Lesla's more or less just
The
walking through.
skeleton's watch stares at him as he goes past, but doesn't stop him.
This room here. As he's
I
and
think
the other.
this is the one Lesla's gone into.
Oh yeah, no, but he sees that. He didn't know she was in this one.
Yeah.
Looks like looks. If for a moment you think like he's gonna say something and he sees the bird person, he's like, "This room seems the nicest. I'll be having this one."
No.
Oh,
Do I look like the type of person that gives away the things that they claim?
My lord,
So
sorry, go ahead.
Corvus, there is a door that has attempted to be slammed into your face. Do you allow this?
no.
Okay. That's gonna be opposed dexterity.
Parody.
Mhm.
I'm not very good at that.
The door is slammed in your face before you have a chance to block it.
That's unfortunate. Lessla actually
Melody
wasn't
looks over at
expecting
you and
that.
grins.
Thank you. Which at this point, Lessa will now do the. Will look away and do the return message to Corvus. Sorry about that.
You just hear a, "It's fine. I'm sorry for this," and you just hear out loud, "Enjoy your sleep." Damn.
Oh, Maisie didn't call her a bitch.
Oh no! You never, as any refined gentleman, never swear when you threaten. You just let them know.
Have the day you deserve.
Yeah, have the day.
ma'am.
I hope your day goes swimmingly. I'll pick this room. It's
Yeah.
the second best room.
Yeah, Lesla is just currently looking through everything. Are there actually books here, or is it just kind of like fluff? Like there's not like these.
It's kind of just fluff.
Okay, in that case.
And are there windows here, or is that also not there?
There seem to be.
Cool. Even though we went downstairs.
No, we came in over here. Also,
Oh right.
Oh, do I have? Do I
Upstairs.
have?
Oh, I need to reevaluate then. Hang on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why Corvus
Reevaluating.
asked. That's why Corvus sort of messaged Sapphire. He's sneaky, but she's the sneakier one, and it's also like he's got girls he has to entertain. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I want the room furthest from the stairs, but then I remembered Then I was told we came from down here, which makes more sense. So I'm torn.
So.
Laura did
Yeah.
not follow me.
Oh, you messaged me again. Thank God. Lessla will return the message back. saying, "I believe that these rooms are covered in illusion. I don't think they're actually made of wood."
All right. Well, I'll remember that.
Mhm.
I don't know where she is. But, Miss Eldercrow of this as well. I'll be in here for a bit, but I'll make my way to look once I know where everyone. He just closed the door after she's walked in. He saw Lara just fuck off. He's like, okay, no one saw that, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
The second Corvus closes the door, Cheese
Yeah.
just collapses onto the ground like fuck.
Yeah, no, you have no idea how much Lessla wants to do that, but she has to maintain her mask at the
Yeah.
moment. Actually, what Lessla will do, because she can, and this is really funny, assumedly that Sapphire hasn't closed her door yet, what she'll do is she'll pocket dimension the crow and then resummon it right here to go and telepathically tell it to tell Sapphire, because she doesn't have the message spell at the moment.
So Sapphire, there's a behind you, and there's now the crow.
The Raven.
I
God damn
will
it, the Raven.
Raven.
I'm
I
so
will
good
let
at it.
Nevermore into the.
I've
I'm
told
calling
you,
it Nevermore. I'm just
I've told
calling
you-
it. I'm either calling it Nevermore or Edgar. I'm letting it into the
I
room.
call it Crow. I call it Crow.
It hops in,
Raven.
takes a few steps, and flies up on this bookshelf and begins to relay Less's message.
Mhm. And then
Sapphire just kind of gives a nod.
after that, let's,
She's not dropping her facade at all. You never know who's watching.
Lessla will sit on the bed after she's done this. And Hope, where's Hope going?
I was just looking around.
Hope's just vibing. Hope's got a
Vibing.
room between two
Lovely.
twin beds and a queen.
Not upstairs. We don't know what's upstairs yet. Yeah.
While Hope's
it-
picking a room,
It isn't upstairs, right, Shat? That's just something just like there from.
While Hope's picking out their room, I think I'm gonna roll my own investigation now that I know that this place is covered in illusions, and hopefully I roll better.
Mm-hmm.
17.
Well, did Lessla let you know this was illusion? Just out of
Yes.
curiosity.
Yeah, that's what the Raven was supposed to, was to relay the information.
Yeah, Corvus didn't know where Sapphire was, so he couldn't talk to her.
Yeah, Sapphire, you can see there. This is basically just carved stone, and the bed is just kind of like a musty cot.
Oh, lovely.
Oh.
Really living in the laps of luxury here. Okay. She's not saying any of that. She's just thinking that the flowers.
Man, Clouth is having the time of his life being unwatched. He's what he would be with Vale, but I assume that Clouth went and did his own, like, because he's a pseudo dragon, went to do his own things on Liar's Night.
He put a little cloth stack over his head. He's like, I am not.
I-
Give me food.
Yeah, just going stealing kids' sweets.
He's just sleight of handing people's candy.
No, not just like handing, just aggressively stealing. Like
He's literally the raccoon
Here
just
I
scooping up
come
some
back.
pebbles.
Here I come back, and he's just got a horde of.
Oh,
of
it's like
offerings.
Lessla. I have such a tummy ache. I ate so much sweets.
Well, here's the thing. I believe his telepathic messages can go a
A
mile.
mile.
Yeah, so he could be telling
To
me
be
this.
fair, Waterdeep. I can't remember how far Waterdeep is. He's over in the North Ward, and we're over in the.
We're in the
Ward,
we're
but I
you're
don't
on
know
the
how long
dock
that
board,
is.
yeah.
Might be a mile and a half.
Might be a mile and a half. I think if you're in Middle City, Pseudo Dragon can telepathically message you from anywhere.
That's cool. But after the doors close, Cheese slumps. Corvus makes his way here. Kind of, Cheese claps. He'll squat down a little bit. And just look at her, and it's still like it's weird because the makeup's still all there, but the face definitely does set to what Cheese is more familiar with from Corvus. All right, man.
Alive. Though
Um,
part of me, I think, wishes I wasn't. I hated that.
As did I.
I feel sick.
Apologies for that.
You're playing a role.
Didn't make you too uncomfortable, did it?
I believe that in the future, Dove is something to be avoided.
It was the
I-
most. I've heard it said before. I figured it was the appropriate term to use when trying to be one of them.
I think if anybody else, under any other context, would attempt to call me Dove, I would actually bite them. I really hated that.
You see a look of like, not necessarily guilt, but kind of like a guilty expression, like a look of like,
You
apologetic.
we did what we had to, and I understand.
Well,
I'm not holding it against you, I promise.
thank you for that. If you do wish to still bite me, though,
I don't want to bite you. I'd like to reiterate this in the most kind but forward way I possibly can. Unless you have attempted to kill me, there is no context into which I would wish to hurt you. Ever.
I believe what I just did was something people call a joke.
Oh. Oh! Well, that was a good one! I'm so sorry. I'm not very good at the joke thing.
Never mind, man.
I'm certain that would have. I'm certain that would have worked with somebody else. And at this point, Cheese is like taking her hair ornaments out and her many earrings and bubbles and doodads because she had an elaborate fucking costume.
What? He's like, well, costume might still serve me for a little while, but due to the privacy we have, I figured it was best to inform you of this now while I'm at it. And you watch Corvus' mouth move, but hear no sound as he's going to, because he knows where Alara is. He will apologize. He also say, ma'am, apologies for earlier.
They can respond, correct, to that?
Yes, they can respond.
You get back not needed and thanks.
No, it's more the for him. He has to
Mhm.
apologize. You apologize to everyone else later, but those two, the most immediate. Kind of, just like as Cheese is doing it, just kind of cups Cheese's face slightly.
Is something the matter?
I know it wasn't fun, but I truly, when I ask, are you alright? I'm asking genuinely.
I'm okay.
You're not lying to me now.
I. I don't know how else to describe it than okay. I've just agreed to join a dragon cult of undead. I didn't want to do that.
And we haven't. Just need to get information and leave, and then never touch this thing again.
I have a sneaking suspicion that isn't going to happen.
As do I. But we can only try our best to find anything in here. And if nothing can be found, And we'll just have to play a little longer. Unfortunate as that is.
Although it wasn't all bad.
Reason that I brought that.
You're a surprisingly good dancer.
Just copied what I saw.
Well, Lord Aram, do you wish to go on a late night walk?
He stands and offers her his hand.
And she will take it with all of the grace of a proper lady.
As she does, he just gives her a slight kiss on the knuckles.
She will do a slight curtsy.
Splits. And yeah. Just go see what we can find. Let's go.
Time to
Rob.
use my superpower. Eyeballs.
Eyeballs!
I have 2 of them.
And it's time to use my superpower, constantly giving the help action to improve Cheese's eyeballs.
So the GM will point out to you this door here, closed. Hope is currently leaning up on the wall. Looks like this is where they're going to rest for the night.
Alright.
Enough of this. Step up to Hope.
What?
That door open or
Locked? What'd you expect?
I was hoping this elder had emerged and had dealt with any locks.
Probably best not to pick them in here. They'll know.
Take what we want.
Alarm spells.
Of course, we'll heed the warning. And I will detect magic.
Yeah, the whole place is generally covered in illusion.
No abjuration.
No, no,
And no divination.
no. Not that you
There
can
isn't-
detect anyway.
I don't detect any divination or abjuration on the door.
Just shrug. You start poking around where you're not supposed to. People like this can usually figure it out.
Don't know if you know this, but we're literally getting paid to stick our nose where it doesn't belong.
Let's maybe wait till they let us in. Instead of, sticking it through the door and having the door shut on it. How often do you do this, by the way?
Do what?
This? Gestures to, like, the general area you are now.
Stand in a warehouse? Not very often.
Very funny.
This
I
isn't I
happen to do
brought
this
that.
kind of thing for a living. Unless you forgot.
I don't much care for that.
Shrugs.
I'm to die. Yeah. I hear what you're saying. Much as I do not like it. However, whereas I am limited by the door, some of us are not. If there is an upper story, there should be another way to access it.
Good luck looking around.
Yeah, Joe, literally blocking the fucking door like a douche.
I mean,
Guess
you
we'll
can
just.
try and get by them and
Oh yeah,
try
no,
and
I know
block,
they won't.
but
They won't help us. I know, but he knows Lessla is otherwise preoccupied. He doesn't know where Sapphire is, but he knows another door. He knows Lara's here. He knows Jericho. Sorry, the Tiefling guy went there. He'll try the only other closed door in this place. If Jesus, I don't know if Jesus is still following at this point.
Jesus following.
A light, like you just hear like a light knock on the door. Sapphire.
As Cheese barges into the room,
I did not mean to do that.
Sapphire will open it.
Howdy. Is the door locked?
I give him a look.
Look.
A look that screams, yes, of course it's locked. If it's at all possible.
Well, this Ariel says that we shouldn't be poking our nose in there, but could be what we're looking for up there. Just seeing what you think in this matter. If you think we shouldn't try,
Doc Holiday.
I heard Doc Holliday in Cheese's voice and I got very confused. for a second.
Sorry, that wasn't my cheese voice. That was just my parent voice, and
Oh, I know.
that
It
and
sounded
cheese are
like
very
Cheese
similar.
going, Doc Holliday.
It's just that cool, cold tone.
Cheese is more melodic than that.
That's fair. Shadow, you said that this wasn't wood at all. It was just illusion to look like wood.
Yeah.
Sapphire looks like she's honestly thinking about it because she has to weigh the pros and cons. I don't know any routines yet. It'd be risky.
Right. Understood. Well then, I believe, and looks to Cheese and goes, so, if those plans squabbled, you still wish to go for a walk.
Muted. Cheese said, "I have my ways."
Very well. And he will basically let Cheese start the lead. Where they're going now.
Turns into spider.
It turns into Spoiter.
You just hear poof. She doesn't turn into to Spoiter yet. She wants to try and use her special brand of eyes just to see if she notices anything that is out of place, although she is aware of the fact that there is illusory magic over pretty much everything.
There's also a skeleton now blocking the way.
It's okay.
Oh,
He's
he's currently locking the door.
Oh,
Okay.
You can tell him I wanted to walk.
just might be the time for the long rest.
Sapphire would ask if Flowers was up to keeping shifts tonight.
He will be.
Okay, cool. Because I am not comfortable just sleeping through the night in a fucking necromancy dragon cultist lair.
Dragon cult, not dragon cultists. Those are different.
Cheese walks back towards their room. Apologies for cutting our walk short, but I believe I must retire. Goes into her room. Poof! Spider time. Um, this is fingers crossed. This hour will give me enough. Where is my
You have 2
You
spider?
have
hours.
2 hours.
You have 2 hours.
I have 2 hours. I for sure. I have 2 hours.
Which means you could short rest
Cheese
and get into
as
wild shapes.
yeah. Cheese as a spider would like to try and get past Hope and look up at the stairs.
So you're able to crawl
If
past
that's at all possible.
Hope. You're able to crawl past Hope easily. When you get to the door, though,
Mm.
you realize it's actually set in such a way to where you, as a spider, cannot fit through the gaps.
Oh.
Damn!
And
It is a
And
sliding
cracks in
door.
the ceiling or some shit?
it's a sliding door.
It is a sliding door.
Sliding door with a stone room. That's an interesting.
Uh-huh.
It's similar to a cargo door then.
Hey, Shadow, is there anything outside of the windows? Or is that part of the illusion as well?
It looks like outside the windows there is just
Doc?
like you can just see night sky. But
Night sky.
you having seen through the illusion, it
Mhm.
is just stone.
So there is no window.
No.
Lovely. Sapphire's eye kind of twitches at that. Like there goes her one escape route.
I mean, I figured that's kind of what I
I
figured this
know.
entire time.
I know. I just wanted to make sure, so I wasn't trying to jump out a non-existent window if push comes to shove.
Jumps at non-existent
Doc.
window, breaks nose.
I would also tell Flowers that this is the case. Like none of this is actually nice. Like I'd tell him what it looks like exactly.
Yeah, he's already seen that.
Okay. Wasn't sure if
I
he could
think
also
he-
see through the illusion or not.
And there's no way for me to get through the ceiling at all, is there?
Not that you can see.
As a little spider.
I bet if
Then go for it.
I was saying, I bet if you were to see through the illusion, you would see that it is basically smooth or rough, either smooth or rough-hewn stone above you, and not just the wood. So
Yeah. Well, spider cheese does whatever a spider may please. I'm gonna check out Jericho's room. What's mystery little tiefling man up to in his room? As a spider. Can I even get in?
So you're a spider.
I'm
Tiny.
you just
I've
have
seen
to be
spiders
the
crawl
type.
on. I've seen spiders crawl under my doors.
You just have to be the type of spider that can go through the key.
So it is all inset, and remember, it is actually stone.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's basically like, oh, it doesn't. Maybe I can get through as a spider. Ow, that's stone.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way for me to look into, like, I can't squeeze through.
Not really, no.
Sure. Okay. And I'm assuming it's the same for this
I
way
do,
as well.
however, are you attempting to like sneak by Hope, or like where are you trying to? Are you going on the wall, on the ceiling?
To in order to get into, because now Cheese has realized that the door by Hope is lost cause. So she's going to go for the other mystery person that doesn't have eyes on them, that being the tiefling, and she's trying to sneak into his room, and she's trying every avenue that she can.
The
So-
doors of the rooms are actually wood.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah,
The one
bada
thing
bing,
not
bada boom.
stone.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to get through
you're able to
the door.
crawl in.
Hopefully you don't get burnt.
What's
You can
he up
see
to?
this fellow. He is currently in the middle of his room, facing this direction. He has his sword in front of him. He is kneeling with both hands on the sword. And what languages do you speak, Cheese?
Not If he is speaking one of the languages I know, I would lose it. I can speak Common, Draconic, Druidic, and Sylvan, and that is it.
Then you do not understand what he's saying.
Can I
Unfortunate.
identify this as prayer or as meditation?
It's ritualistic of some kind.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me a religion check.
Oh joy. And this would this be with my stats or spider stats?
You have your
mental
your
stats.
mental stats.
Mental stats are yours.
Okay. Okay. Well, 14.
That's not bad
Alright.
for a -1.
You do recognize one thing you do think is a name.
And that would be?
I will go ahead and send it to you.
It's never a good sign.
I mean, there are like 5 different names that I think would be, DMable, just so that it doesn't get a reaction out of probably Ruford and me.
Oh, I'll get a reaction out of Marin.
That's never good. That's never good.
Well, it's been sent
That's
to you.
never good.
I think that's the reaction.
Is it good? That it's just been sent to you?
Thank you for sending me that piece of information, Shadow. I'm glad to know.
Is it good?
I'm so happy that you sent me that piece of information, Shadow.
All right,
I did send it to you. Did it not arrive?
Yeah, you did. I'm playing with you. I'm getting around showing my reactions to the others because this is silly.
Uh,
That is the one you're pretty sure that's a name, though Cheese doesn't quite know where Cheese would know it from. But
Yeah. Cheese takes mental note of that. This other than sword being in front of him and him facing whatever direction that is. And him apparently praying. There's nothing else in his room that I might be able to investigate. Like, does he has like a book out or any symbols out or anything?
no.
Okay. Does he have his hood off?
No.
He had
What
to
a
take
fucking
it down
loser.
for the no. He had to take it down, and when the leader of the cult was like, "Take off your masks."
yeah, but I probably put it back up as soon as the fighting started.
Yeah, what a fucking loser.
You don't act like you wouldn't be the same way.
Put my hood back on in my room? No, I'm not. No.
I could definitely see you doing that in the middle of winter, putting the hood on because your ears are cold.
Yeah, because I'm cold, not because I'm edgy.
Can it be both?
Anyways, she stays for a while to see if how long does this guy look like he's gonna be praying for?
So whatever he's doing, it takes him probably. How long are you willing to wait there? Is the question.
Cheese is willing to wait for a good 45 minutes because she knows that she's got plenty of time.
After 45 minutes, he's still doing it.
Good God.
Oh, man.
How many times has he said the name?
Yeah, how many times have I heard that name?
A good dozen or so.
Okay, so he's probably repeating the same thing over and over again.
Cheese, as a spider, is gonna get a little bit closer to the sword.
You
Does
mad
he do
woman.
anything?
Cheese,
Okay.
you mad woman.
She
It's a very nice sword.
very nice sword. Very
You can feel the
nice.
heat emanating from it as you get closer.
Okay. Sorry, writing things down. Cheese does not step on the sword. She is not that dumb.
Mhm.
Remember the last time you tried to steal something as an animal?
Hey, I'm not stealing anything at the moment.
I know, but
Not
I'm.
like a spider could steal the giant flaming sword.
But
Yeah,
does
last time
he
you tried to
have?
steal something as an animal, you learned that Laura is proficient with the
With
shoe.
you.
Yeah. Does he have a bag or a pouch of some sort?
On his person.
I'm a
Jurisdiction.
spider.
I do.
Marin, I
I
want
am-
you to think for
I
a
want you
second.
to think
If
about
you
what you would do
noticed
if you
a
felt a
spider
spider.
on you, suddenly out of the blue, what is your gut
How-
instinct?
How big of a spider am I? Am I like
Go-
itty
look
bitty
little
jumping spider, or am I
Little
like
house spider.
wolf spider?
Little house spider.
I would assume like a decent sized spider.
So,
Okay.
so probably like
See, like jumping
50
spider,
cent.
So like
they're
noticeable,
small
but
enough
not
to where.
like noticeable, but not
So you're like
yeah.
50-cent piece size, I would assume.
I would say like quarter.
Oh, quarter.
Quarter
Yeah.
sized? I'm fucking huge. Okay. Yeah, no, ain't no way I'm crawling up
For
on his
us
shit.
non-Americans, please.
So
I think that actually
God.
I think that actually is about the size of a euro coin.
I'm not European, Joe.
He's.
I don't know how
Well, I know
big.
you would have seen them.
Well, how big?
Oh, we don't use euro here.
How big? How big is a pence coin?
Hang on.
A single penny, a face mole.
Okay. Well, what's like 3 denominations higher than a pence?
It's like the diameter of an inch.
I think
Okay.
about the size of the palm of your average person's hand. Maybe a
What?
little bit smaller.
For what size of coin are you talking?
Massive.
What Shadow?
Well,
do
no,
you have
hang
small
on,
hand
hang on.
syndrome?
Hang on, no, that's not.
Look at my
not
hands
correct.
like that. That's massive.
I just
when I
thought
think
I
about
just
a
thought
quarter,
about- No, I just thought about how big a quarter actually was. That's not accurate.
yeah, I'm thinking like inch. Quarter is about an inch in diameter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
from end to end, it's about an inch. So about the length of the joint. I don't know what it is, but like you have your knuckle,
Romeo
and
sent
then you
me a
have.
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's like it's the middle joint of your index finger, basically.
Yeah. About
Yeah.
This
so
might also
I'm
be
not that
helpful.
big. To me, that's a big ass spider because I fucking hate spiders.
All right.
But that is a spider that would be noticeable if I were to climb on him. So plans have changed. Cheese is going to now wait a wee bit longer. I didn't realize how large I was. I thought I was smaller. She's going to wait about 20 more minutes.
Okay. So you're now at about 55 minutes. He's still going.
Jesus. Cheese is going to mutter something in spider about being devoted. And then move around, move back. She'll go and check back up later.
Mm-hmm.
I did not mean to do that.
I hate that I was scrolling down. Fucking gave me a goddamn heart attack just about.
Sorry.
No, it's I'm sending it to general because fuck that. That's terrifying.
That's great.
Cheese is
I hate
going
it.
to investigate
That's
this
pretty accurate as
door.
to what cheese is, actually.
I
Yeah.
fucking hate that. I absolutely hate that.
You know what that looks like? It looks like a face hugger.
Yeah, it does. Cheese is
The
going to
fucking
inspect
ground
this
recluse.
doorway. Is this locked or is this accessible?
The doorway out from whence you came?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get out of that one.
Okay.
I mean, the door itself is locked, but you can get out of it.
Okay, so like we can unlock it or whatever. Yeah, Cheese will take a quick little spider peek outside. Is anybody guarding this way? Or, you know. anything untoward happening
No,
outside?
not really. It's the same hallway you came down before.
Okay. I figured. Excuse me, sorry. Um, Now that I've done some of that investigating, we're gonna check back up on Mr. Daily Devotional here.
After taking your time, he is finally done.
Oh, thank God. What's he doing now?
He's cleaning his sword.
God, you're boring.
Gotta purify the body before you clean the sword.
This
Yeah.
is the type of very dedicated behavior that you've seen at honestly the Temple of Selune is the only and Elistray are the only places you've seen people who behave this
Mm,
way.
mm.
So we've noticed Vale acting this way as well.
Well,
Yeah, it's not uncommon for Vale to take that time to take a very long section of his day to pray to the two respective goddesses he worships.
Oh, okay. Then Cheese is going to spider mutter to herself about maybe spending more time in prayer. Uh-oh. She hasn't been a very
Well,
good
keep in mind they are
spirit.
also
you're also a druid. Your type is
Yeah.
very different.
She's
Yeah.
trying.
and
She's
Vale is also
trying.
a literal cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not just I have magic powers as a cleric. He's a part of the church.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Clergy.
Cheese is now going to make her way back. How much time about do I have left on my spider?
You've been doing this for I'd say probably about an hour 20 minutes now.
Okay. Um. Hmm. I want to watch Hope for a little bit. What is Hope up to?
Okay. How close do you want to get to Hope?
Right
On the
up.
spider. I'm getting up on the wall, like right here.
Okay. How
A little
high up
bit
on the
above
wall?
Hope's eye level.
A little bit above eye level. Okay.
That still seems risky in my
How
opinion.
how
But
close
okay, go
again?
on.
How close do you get?
Like, I'm like right here on the wall, about above eye level.
Okay. But how far away in terms of feet and/or yards or meters?
I mean, is other side of the wall
Um,
from where Hope is, I assume, is what the thing is.
I'm getting about 2 feet away from Hope
You mad
on the wall.
person.
Okay. Okay.
A spider on the wall, above Hope's eye level.
Okay, yeah,
You
but
realize how many people do not look up, including us?
I look up.
I
Do you
Yeah,
understand
because
realize
your
you're
who you're
point.
you.
talking about?
I understand your point, but on the other hand, if you notice a spider out of the corner of your eye,
Eldritch Blast.
some people would try to catch it and let it go. Other people would just try to kill it immediately.
There is a point at which you do know that Hope has noticed you, and is keeping a
Yeah,
very close eye on the as you said sizable spider currently looking at
yeah.
him.
Cheese goes up, acting as a normal spider would, to the corner of the wall and the ceiling, and
Okay.
like a normal spider, just starts to make a web. Doing normal spider things.
Okay. You can
And
tell
we'll,
Hope's still keeping an eye on you,
yeah, just
but
watching.
it seems like they're just going to sleep here. Actually,
Okay,
they've
just like
grabbed a sheet from somewhere. They're just kind of going sleeping against the wall. Though when you start making up in one corner, they do move to the other side.
That still seems risky. Hope, what the hell are you doing?
Cheese will watch until she's got about like 10 minutes left on her spider, and then she'll sneak back into her and Corvus's room.
Again, I have to ask, how close do you get to Hope?
I'm not getting any closer to Hope.
Okay.
Cheese is a spider, and she knows that she does not have a
That
lot of room for ouch as a spider.
was like
Mhm.
2 HP.
Yeah. Yeah, one.
Oof.
Spider, let me double check.
I have one. I have one. Definitely.
Yeah, one.
The
Spiders.
GM will now tell you above the table, if you had gotten any closer than 2 feet to Hope, there would be an attempt to swat you.
Oh, yeah, I would have
It's a
figured.
spider.
To me, it's fucking hilarious the fact that spiders and weasels have the same hit point level, and that is one.
Weasels have
be
And
fair.
one
same with
hit
rabbits.
To
point.
be fair, if
Yes,
you
they
kick
do.
a weasel, it's more likely to die than if you kick a spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
Cheese comes back in, and there's a little spider on Corvus's hand for a minute that does a little dance. Then
Corvus,
it hops.
there's a dancing spider.
He feels a spider crawl on his hand, and he's just doing that thing where, like, you get your hands around and let it crawl, and you watch it. And it starts doing a little dance, and Bush just looks
Look,
at it.
cheese.
Just, alright. Opens his mouth, and goes to put her in.
She slaps down and then turns into herself. You to eat me.
The blanket. You see a slight like flick of the side of the mouth. He doesn't.
I am not to be eaten.
Apologies, ma'am, but
Spiders are meant to be eaten.
I don't know. I haven't exactly tested how I taste. Much less as a dusty spider.
it's all right.
What?
Spiders taste all right.
No, he said you taste all
Did
right.
he say spiders taste
No,
alright?
he just
or
said you
taste
taste all
alright?
right. You taste all right.
I don't know whether to ask you how you know that or if that's another joke.
Oh, I've placed my lips upon you, man.
Oh, yes. Oh, I forgot that.
She suddenly,
Screaming.
she suddenly remembers innuendo is a thing.
Corvus,
Red.
however, no idea. He was being very literal.
Yeah, cheese turns kind of bright red. Um, um, uh,
You've tasted
the
me
door is
too. So
locked. Yeah, yeah. Um, the door behind Hope, I cannot get through.
yes,
It is completely sealed. But I was able to observe our newest mystery. It appeared for him to be he was praying or repeating some sort of mantra with his sword. Um, and I think he mentioned a name.
perhaps a deity then. That could be.
That's what I had assumed. Um, does the name of Bane mean anything to you?
Bane?
Bane.
Bane. Of course, looks at her and goes, yes. Because I know Bane. Everyone knows Bane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheese I don't think Cheese might know of his existence, but she would not know of him by that name.
The what is it? Iron. I can't remember another name. What is his like? His one of his epithets. Of course, knows a couple epithets.
Looking up.
I can't remember.
God of
The
Tyrants.
Iron.
Lord
Iron
of
Tyrant?
Darkness, the Dark One, the Black Lord, the Black Hand, and the Accursed.
Sometimes called the Black
He's
Hand.
generally referred to as the god of tyranny.
Yeah, I know, but the epithet, of course, goes to epithet and then says
Titles.
He has many names. He is the god of tyranny, and anyways, domination.
Now that Corvus has said that, does that ring any bells for me?
You may have heard about this occasionally. Like the Church of Bane is actually fairly active in Waterdeep. Like, but truth be told, in general, the Church of Bane, there's not many places they aren't welcome because they are very orderly. They just they tend to push a little too hard. But outright banning them from your city may invite more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, because they're organized.
Hmm It's unlike Ball, who
God of murder.
yeah, everyone just keeps them out. Like they're very much unlike Ball or Shar, that yes, they are considered to be a not the most desirable deity, but they don't go looking for trouble like those who worship the former two.
Our cheese was gone. Of course, also touched everything in the room. Because you know, like there's illusions around here. So like,
Uh-huh.
is anything in the chest? Does the beds any weird
No,
noises?
there's nothing in any of it. The
Anything
chest
on
actually
the
doesn't open.
Well, that fucking
It's
sucks.
just a rock.
What's in the box? Let me in the box.
What's in the box?
What? And I'm guessing this isn't actually any books here. It's just like a little desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
asked about that earlier.
Oh, okay. I did. Well, different room. Maybe.
Yeah,
There's no actual books in any of the rooms.
Anything under the rug?
More floor.
Anything under the mattress?
No, there's nothing under the mattress. But you
Anything look
can
like
see
it's
space
been?
under the bed itself.
Did you say there is space under the bed?
There is, but
What's under
there's
the
nothing
bed?
under there.
My loot shadow. I want
The
my
floor here is made out of
hotel
steel.
crumbs loot.
There's none in here.
Okay. Well, what can I look? She goes, I'm not sure whether I should outfit or not.
Could you repeat that? Sorry, the end of
I'm
it
not
cut off.
sure if I should remove my outfit or not.
Whatever
Being
makes you comfortable, I don't care.
Being unrecognizable, the idea.
Hmm.
I didn't plan on staying the night properly. I planned to maybe get back and do looking around, but it seems we can't do that, and now we're locked in. So, suppose we best make the best of this situation.
Agreed. The door that we came in isn't locked. It's very likely that we could leave.
no, it
Let's
was.
say we had
No,
to-
it is locked.
It's locked. You
Tell
can
me.
just get under it as a spider.
Yes, that one is actually wood.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, spider cheese could poke through, but it is locked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
Okay.
skeleton did it when
Uh,
you guys went to talk to me.
Okay. Then sorry. Apologies recanting that statement. I misunderstood.
Alright. Well, if we wish to keep up our little ruse more, I'll see if the skeleton has anything to drink and bring it here.
That sounds like an idea.
Of course, well, I'm not going to move him, but of course goes out to ask the skeleton if there's any alcohol, drink, or anything.
You go out to skeleton, it stares blankly at you.
Grumbles, walks away, fucking stupid skeleton. Hate this guy.
I bet if you
I'll find
broke
the room.
it when we woke up in the morning, it would be back.
Yeah, I
Doc
don't want.
Holiday.
But he always comes back empty-handed, all annoyed. Not annoyed, but like just like didn't have anything. Closes, locks the door, and goes. Oh, I suppose the best thing to do now is rest.
Mm.
And of course, just
Waving.
figure that just takes the stupid shirt off because it's annoying because it's all fucking tight. Takes off the boots.
Yeah, Cheese takes off like the 16 like layers that she has underneath her skirt to make it poofy. Fucking
I
petticoat. That's what
imagine
it's called.
Cheese hates very much.
Oh yeah, no. Cheese has been so uncomfortable all night long. She takes as much off as she can without just actively being naked.
Actually, I think causes cancer. He even takes off his shirt as well a little bit just to let it breathe. It's just being a nuisance for him the entire night. Takes a step and moves to the wall here. So,
You can
I
sleep
suppose
on the bed.
I don't sleep in beds, man.
He doesn't even sleep on a couch.
Are you sure? Ah!
If you want the bed, ma'am, you can have it.
Oh, no, I don't want it. No, it smells awful.
No, and you're trying to join me here, then.
Suppose it wouldn't be the worst idea.
And of course, actually lean, and you'll adjust his arms so that she is not leaning against the hard wall, and instead leaning against him. If she accepts that.
Cheese will. And she did have this big old like butterfly cloak.
Yeah.
That she's kind of now acting as like a blanket, and she just kind of whiffs it, wraps it around the two of them.
That, ma'am.
Good night.
And we will
Then-
begin long rest. Of course, make sure no matter what, he's facing that fucking door. So if anything breaks through, he's ready to fucking go.
Ow, Doc. That is a very uncomfortable place
And,
for you to have your claw.
So the only other thing I will say before we go any further, Lessla, Melody has taken most of the like sheets and stuff and has kind of made a nest around herself with them.
It's adorable.
Yeah, I know. Lessla probably that probably happened while she was busy like doing like logistics
Mhm.
with like and so when she turned around and saw that, she doesn't look annoyed, but she's rather intrigued that this is how this person acts. And she goes over to the bed and sits down, with her back facing Melody at first. Well, this was quite the interesting endeavor.
Oh, she's already asleep.
Oh, she is?
Uh-huh.
She still says it.
You know,
Lesla's just talking to herself.
effectively.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of what Lessla does.
Yeah.
Because this is the point where she can, like, drop her mask for a moment.
Yeah.
And she just takes a deep breath and looks at Melody, looks towards the door. And after a few moments, she'll, like, take off the coat and probably the overshirt she probably has on. That probably has the high collar. And she'll like set them, hang it as much as possible, setting them to the side. No, probably not that possible considering that. Well, at least Lessa believes that most of this stuff is smooth stone.
Mm-hmm.
But she will.
There is actually a rug, I will say that.
Yeah, there's actually a rug.
It just doesn't look as nice as what you're seeing in the illusion.
Yeah. I mean, that's Lesla's assumption because she didn't quite see through the illusion, but she knows it is an illusion. Which, may or may not be beneficial. But after she does all that, and she's basically just left in a short sleeve undershirt and the pants she was wearing, she will lean back and like get on the bed and lay down facing the outer wall, not outer wall, the wall towards the hallway, with her back to Melody.
All right. Sapphire, you are taking turns watching with Florian, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So Lessla,
Yes.
sometime later in the night, You slowly begin to stir, having heard something. As you sort of starting to hear what it is, you hear a very faint knocking at your door.
Lessla, seeing that, will she will grab the rapier and hilt and attach it to her belt, because there's really no good way of carrying this thing, because it's basically just the basket hilt of a basket
Yeah,
hilt
you just
broadsword.
click it on somewhere. Like a little
Yeah.
hook or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can hold it in your offhand as you answer the door.
yeah. Well, I guess that's what she'll do. She'll hold it in her offhand, is
The same
like
way
behind her
someone would
back.
hide a gun around the
Yeah,
door.
yeah, basically. And it's a psychic blade, so it'll just go through the door too, like a lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what she'll do as she opens the door slowly.
You open it, and yeah.
May I help you?
I would know the truth about you, lest I slay your allies in the night.
Let us return to your fortress then.
He nods, and he does turn his back to you, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Am I awake to kind of understand or hear this? Or
No.
hear any sort of move? Damn.
Yeah, no.
Is Florian. So he can kind of like, damn, she's going to want to know about this.
Well, don't worry.
I mean, he is, but he didn't hear any of that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Any of the voices. He just heard walking.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Yeah.
He motions for you to close the door behind you.
Yeah, Leslie will close the door and lock it behind her. She is currently not wearing a high collared shirt, so the parts of her neck that are the obsidian at the moment are visible.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't seem to react.
Mm-hmm. You wish to know about me and my companions?
I wish to know why you are truly here.
Shadow up. Lessla up. Because you're being quiet.
Well, I mean, it's a quote-unquote secretive talk.
I get that. We understand that. I would like to hear.
You don't need to hear. Lessla nods and says, "We have been adversaries of the Dragon Cult since our inception as a group in this city. We are trying to keep them from any nefarious plots involving the populace."
And what proof do you have of this claim?
At which point, Lessla will probably, because she keeps it hidden on her person at all times, pull out the ritual dagger that
The Styx dagger.
yeah, the Styx dagger, the river Styx dagger, and she will approach and hold it out for him to examine. This ritualistic dagger we took from them in one of our earliest encounters. As well as, if you want full honesty, I myself am a follower of Tiamat, but not a member of the Dragon Cult.
He eyes you up and down, but doesn't say anything.
I imagine the having one eye that is very obviously not a human style pupil, and then the obsidian of the quote unquote obsidian birthmark on her neck is, somewhat interesting to that comment.
Mm-hmm. But he does regard you for a while. And who among you stand as your allies?
Hard to really tell when you don't know any of their names.
I don't need to know your names. Lessla will
Well,
say,
I'm
yeah. Lessla will say is all those that sit to our north.
He nods. And you trust the small one? There's only one individual that could be. I'm currently pinging.
Yeah, I know. Lessla takes a deep breath and says, while I don't necessarily trust them, I do believe that they want nothing to do with the dragon cult.
I would not be so certain.
And why is that?
There is a familiar stench on them. And they do not act as one who is unfamiliar with the ways of the cult.
You too have been hunting them.
I hunt many foes of order. Black Hand demands it of me.
Lessla nods, and she understands what that means. And funnily enough, funnily enough, Bane is actually one of the few gods that Lessla does have a modicum of respect for. So I see. To tell you the truth, the small one, as you put it, is a relatively new addition to our companions. We found them while adventuring towards a dungeon, as it were, and they were presented themselves as a thief trying to steal our food.
And you took them at their word?
No, it's just much easier to keep an eye on someone if they think they fooled you.
If you choose to trust them.
I chose to allow them to accompany us. Trust is in short supply of those that were not initially with me when we first fought the Dragon Cult.
If you claim them as an ally, I will not raise a blade against them.
Thank you.
Should any of you step out of line, however. He picks up his blade and just sets it on his lap as he continues to watch you. And your innards will decorate my blade.
Jesus Christ.
Lessla nods and says, "Well, I have no doubt that you could easily slay me. There are
Do
many."
not lie to me.
If you were to try, I would give you a run for your money. And if you threaten my own companions and step out of line, understand that we are the same.
I could tell of your abilities among the others. And I could tell you did not think like the members of this cult.
I simply refuse to be anyone's pawn.
He nods. And does go and set his sword down beside him. And go.
Lessla will give a somewhat respectful bow before going over here, unlocking the door and leaving.
Mm-hmm. You notice at no point did he volunteer any information about himself.
Yep, I know. Lessla doesn't particularly. He did volunteer some information about himself, being a follower of Bane.
An enemy of chaos.
Yeah. Which
Really? That's all you need to know.
it's really all Lessla needs to know. She doesn't particularly care about people's backgrounds per se. She just cares that they're capable, and that's how she's always been.
Mm-hmm.
As she gets to this door, she will first knock on Sapphire's.
Now, does that wake me up, or does Florian wake me up?
If it doesn't, then you do feel a tugging on your hair that will wake you up.
You get snake eyes.
Not even the ear, just like hair.
Bite you.
He's learned it's more effective.
That's
No.
It's also easier to move away. Swatting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's also that.
I mean, Sapphire went to sleep with the notion of he might wake me up, so she's not swatting him.
Look,
She's just gonna
you can
like.
go with that.
He's not worried
assumption,
about
but
the
that's-
conscious swatting. He's worried about the unconscious
Yeah,
swatting.
exactly.
That's fair. How
Well,
long has
we've all-
Sapphire been asleep at this point?
Good few hours.
Okay, so like, it's less swatting, more groan, stretch, rub eyes, look
Mhm.
to him. I assume he gestures to the door.
You can hear the knocking at this point.
Okay. And I assume he hides in my hair or like somewhere when I go to answer it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, before Lessla knocks on the door, and while she's waiting, she turns back to look down the hallway and at Hope. Is Hope sleeping?
As far as you can tell.
Yeah. When the door opens, she'll turn back.
I just have a questioning look on my face.
I assume that you probably.
Yeah, she's also
spent
stark bollock naked. Just...
Oh, I pretty much went to sleep in my clothes. The only thing I didn't sleep in was the cloak.
Yeah, right.
So her eyes are back to normal for you.
Yeah.
But everything else, just,
Yeah. This might actually be the first time you see Lessla with the slip
without her
people.
glasses.
Yeah, without her glasses.
Yeah.
So you see the slip people.
Just gonna put a pin in that for now. That's not important. We got priorities here,
Yeah.
so like.
As
Oh, a late night call.
Yeah, as you open the door, Lessla kind of forces
Pushes
it.
her way in.
Yeah, pushes her way in and closes the door behind her.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway, but Lessla, after doing so, Lessla will turn to Sapphire. I had a talk with our tiefling friend.
Oh.
He is aware that we are not entirely on board with the cult. He seemed to be able to sense it to a degree.
Should we be concerned?
Not for now. But according to him, Hope has the stench and bearings of someone familiar with the workings of the cult.
Are you still staying in the hallways? You say that, or did you come?
No, I walked
we
in,
are
closed
in
the
my
door.
room with the door closed.
Yeah, door closed,
making
and
sure.
Lessla is whispering.
Shadow, remind me really quick. Who was Hope nearly killed by in that dungeon? Was it a dragon cultist?
It was one of these cultists, yeah.
Yeah.
An aberrant scale thousand thing. I haven't known better to go scroll up.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
the
one.
same as these ones.
Yeah, it's the same as
Aberrant
these
scale,
ones.
okay,
Yeah.
That might be from when he almost died back in that foul dungeon.
Yes, but the mannerisms of a member of the cult and is not something that is easily hideable. I think that he may have been part of a different sect of the dragon cult at some point. And quite honestly, I kind of expected it. I need you to keep a much closer eye on him than before. I believe that Hope has ulterior motives in this.
I assume you're also going to tell Cheese this as well. Or I'm sorry, code words, code names. Kid next door.
Yeah.
Luna.
Yeah. It is going to be hard to justify me telling them. I was hoping that your invisible friend might be able to.
Sapphire kind of side glances to either the ear he is resting on or wherever he's hiding.
You don't need to physically tell them. A note will suffice.
Well, I'm just kind of glancing over at where he is, which makes me assume he's already starting to head out. Right? Is Flowers going to tell Cheese so?
He can.
Okay. Once you leave, he'll be on his way.
Thank you. I actually think that's the first time Lesla's ever said thank you to Sapphire.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
good.
savor this moment and not ruin it.
Oh no, the door's locked. You can't get out. I guess you girls just stuck in the room together.
What?
And they were roommates. Oh my god, they were roommates. I'm also the only one in the party, minus Hope, that is without room. Well, that's not entirely true. I've got Flowers. But without a medium-sized roommate. Party-wise, ignoring Jericho. Was that everything?
Oh, the tiefling's also moderately aware of our abilities. Well, not abilities, capabilities is a better word.
Should we keep a partial eye on him as well?
As long as we don't act chaotic, we should be fine. He is a member of the Bainite cult. Bainite Church.
Out of character, you say that. I am chaotic good.
yeah.
I'm gonna do backflips for no reason. You don't get stuff.
That might explain why he was so although being a member of the Bane Church might explain why he's so cautious of you.
out of character, not entirely sure what he's seen of me that would make him think such. That I am a chaotic being. Unless half elves are just inherently chaotic, which I doubt.
Elves are usually neutral to chaotic, I believe, most of the time. Half elves are more like humans where they're in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's variable as human.
Full elves are generally considered to follow a bit of the chaotic nature of the Fae that they are descended from.
Yeah.
But
Being half elf, he's not entirely sure whether to be wary of my chaotic side or not.
I mean, it's a possibility.
Fair.
It's also that it's just that you he's wary of you because you are, he has an ability to tell generally how strong someone is. And a rogue is kind of like I assume that he is some sort of like paladin archetype. Like that's like the type of character he is, which he might be able to just tell that you're basically the antithesis to what he is.
The assassins can be lawful.
Yes. Assassin can be lawful, but either way, it's still rogue is antithesis to paladin in terms of archetype.
Fair. Didn't know that, honestly. I also have a feeling it has something to do with me sitting literally across from him, unprompted.
Maybe he just doesn't like you. Have you thought about that? Maybe you're trying too hard.
He doesn't like Corvus.
Yeah. Well, you were trying to make yourself unlikable.
Yeah, I was trying to be unlikable.
Sapphire's used to people not liking her, more so fearing her, but same thread.
Speaking of which, while Lessla was talking to him, did he seem to react in the same way as most people do, or did he seem more controlled?
I mean, he seemed fairly controlled, but that's no different than you've seen him in any other circumstance thus far.
Yeah, he might just be a more controlled person over his emotions, which, Lessla has met a few of those people.
He's a soldier.
Yeah. I mean, even soldiers react to us weirdly sometimes.
Well, yes, but those aren't trained soldiers, those are watchmen.
Yeah. Anyway, but Lessla will.
But yeah, Sapphire will just nod to show that she understands to, keep her chaotic nature in check. Out of character, kind of.
And she died for me.
The jugglers or whatever.
All right.
Still there, Hermé? Still there?
Yeah. Can you not hear me?
No.
Rek, can you?
I can hear her now.
We got you.
She died for me for a second.
Oh.
Interesting.
I was just saying I'm kind of regretting not acting on that chaotic nature when I had the chance.
Yeah, I think that was
fuck
just
up some jugglers.
Yeah, I think that was y'all. I heard her come through fine.
I heard.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Lessla will nod and says, "Well, take care. We should be fine for the time being. But if we're not, well, I guess we can squarely blame me for getting us into this one."
Duly noted. If that's all, have a good night.
As Lessla turns to leave and she reaches for the door, she turns back and says, "How do you view me as a person?"
Raised eyebrow as that seemingly came from the blue. Still very childlike in your ways of thinking from time to time, but also mature, oftentimes in the same breath. You have grown slightly, though, which is an improvement.
Lessla takes what you say and nods. "I will take your words into consideration," and open the door and walk out.
I will make sure it stays open long enough for flowers to get out before closing it.
And
And it's kind of leaning against the wall.
Let's
while waiting for him to sneak into Cheese and Corvus's room.
He does have to squeeze. You can kind of hear a little bit of shuffling at the door.
Wait, I
Usually
can hear.
eventually gets
I can
in.
hear shuffling from the door, like all the way over there.
No.
Like a very, very faintly.
Or is he thinking, why is this such a tight squeeze?
Many sweets.
With the telepathic link I've got.
Probably a
with
little
him.
bit of both. Probably a little bit of both.
Too many sweets. You stop reading then.
He's
Yeah.
He most of his
clearly
time
being
invisible. He hasn't seen what he
Nah,
looks like in
I-
so
I
long.
I like giving him honey. Keeps me on his good side.
I like the idea that he's just
Also-
spent so much time invisible, he's forgot he hasn't seen how to play these games. Like
Also, pixies are
2 feet tall.
generally have pretty decent metabolisms.
And
And are
like,
also magical beings.
yeah.
But yeah, Cheese. You
A
are
reminder
awoken
for
by
everyone.
a fairly small pixie you haven't seen in some time.
Yeah, she would have been in trance anyways, if she doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But she kind of comes out of it and perks up and her ear twitches and she says, "Hello."
And he will essentially retell you what Lessla told Sapphire.
Hmm. Cheese takes all of this in and nods. Kind of hums.
Main point being, I believe, don't necessarily trust hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the. Did any of us trust Hope from the get-go?
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I think Cheese has been the most open with them.
I was willing to give Hope food because he seemed hungry.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Although I wonder if this has to do with that weird thing Cheese saw after we got into that room. Something linking Hope to that dead cultist.
But Cheese will nudge Corvus awake.
Yeah, he it's how do you nudge him?
Just a very gentle, like,
Hey,
she doesn't even
hey,
want to
I'm
elbow him,
hey.
really.
Right, hey, I'm hungry, not a hey, danger. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a very gentle, like, please wake up gently.
Yeah.
I am
and
not
watch-
trying to scare you.
Not
I'm
an
not trying
urgent
to shock
nudge.
you.
It's
What
a
you feel you probably see it 'cause he is shirtless. Every muscle in his body kind of tense as it wakes up, and his eyes flick open. He doesn't do that like groggy wake up thing. His eyes are immediately open. He looks towards Cheese.
I've just
Everything
been
all right?
informed. It's like, yes. I mean, nothing is
I
as
imagine
alright as it
Flowers
can
is
be
still
considering the
there. It's like,
situation.
hi.
And she's kind of informs him of what she was told. So nothing exactly new, just more cause
fun.
to not trust.
No, instead of just being a thief that might steal everything from us, it might be a cultist thief who might steal everything from us and sacrifice us to some variant of dragon god. Good to know.
Yeah,
Like,
so
it's
nothing new.
Nothing new. Just extra.
Yes.
Is Flowers in the room or not?
Well, you guys haven't opened the door to let him out yet, because I doubt he wants to squeeze through the keyhole again.
He did. And not through the keyhole. There's a crack at the top.
Ah.
Yeah.
And
And
how'd
the bottom, actually.
How'd you learn of this?
A little friend of Sapphire's has informed
You've all
me.
technically met him already because we had
Yeah.
to polymorph
Yeah.
the baby dragon.
Nods. Well. I suppose we just pretend everything's normal for now, and if anything goes, we do what we planned on doing anyway. Should prove a problem.
Hmm.
Now, get some rest. He kind of just pulls Cheese back into him.
I can say the
Aw.
same for you. I don't actually need sleep, you do.
Don't try to do that elf thing.
It's more of a Fae thing, but yes.
How is that done exactly?
Just zone the fuck out.
It's almost like meditation, but less.
Well, if you can figure out how it works, will you be so kind as to tell me?
I can attempt, yes.
That is appreciated, man. Let's see
Oh,
something.
that
This
is your
Corvus is a little sleepy now. Okay. Corvus is a little sleepy. He just gives Kiss Cheese on the forehead and then goes back, and then like leans back against the wall. He seems probably not aware he did that. It just seems like he's tired and he just did something slightly unconscious.
She's Corvus, bright red. But she kind of. I hate using this word just because I don't like the word. Almost it nuzzles in closer. I hate that word. But like she.
You could say
Yeah.
cuddles closer.
Yeah,
Snuggles in.
she like
Snuggles in.
yeah, snuggles in. There we go. Thank you. That's a better word. She like snuggles in a little bit closer and is a bit more comfortable now. A bit more relaxed. She feels a touch safer.
Yeah, no, it was anything. It was less. It was. I was like, I'll put the DC at around 8. He does that. And I was like, oh, a natural 1. Okay, and it just go. It's not even on the cheek. It's on the fucking forehead. Okay. Well.
Full on.
When I get word from Flowers that he's back, I will open the door for him.
Back. Help. Help. I
Just
got
open
stuck.
it
Yeah.
a big enough
He
crack.
is
I'm like-
very
it's
great.
like-
He is very
I just imagine
small.
that scene of Tinkerbell going out of the jewelry box.
Oh yeah, trying to get stuck in the
Help.
keyhole.
Help. I've eaten just too
Sylvan
much.
language is actually just a bunch of like tinging bells.
Yeah, I believe it. I imagine that could be a dialect. I think when the smaller you are, the harder it is to project your voice. You're talking to something much bigger than you, and you're smaller. You'd actually have a tougher time talking to something bigger than you.
Mm-hmm.
But using like a musical instrument or something to communicate would make sense.
Email.
That is there have to be better gifts of that online.
There are. Unfortunately, not that I could find quickly on Discord. The other one was a bit more suggestive.
I mean that's what that scene is. So
That doesn't surprise me.
Why am I not surprised?
No, I'm here.
that's great. I love it. I love
I've
it.
seen that before.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh, new revelation for the party. We can't trust hope. Well,
I mean, it's not a new revelation, but we probably have a little more
I was
insight on
about
the
to tell
why.
him all of my secrets.
I was going to tell him where to find all of my gold that I buried years ago.
There's like a pile of 10 gold.
I just thought about this. Boy's been waiting for Corvus to come back.
Boy. Oh,
He's just in the room waiting.
oh boy. Don't worry, Klaus invited him for cards with Dion.
Oh, he's protecting Corvus' stuff.
Well, they'll just bring all of Corvus' stuff to Lesla's room, and then they play cards with using his stuff is the poker chips.
Sapphire sings her nicely in her room at home, including her locket, which she feels incredibly naked without since she's barely ever taken that thing off.
I imagine
Anyway.
that was left with Jasper.
I don't
Jesse.
think Jasper knows I'm on a mission because I didn't. This is a
Mm,
secret
fair.
mission. And I
Fair.
went to a hotel
He
for
just
the
knows
night.
you're out on last night.
Yeah.
Won't return. I mean, you could have gone to a party, could have crashed somewhere, too drunk.
Yeah, just gonna hope we get this resolved quickly and not spend
Gotcha,
too
gotcha.
many days making him worry. It's like, where the fuck did she go? This isn't like her. She usually tells me when she's leaving town.
I also love the idea that they're like, all right, so you have to pay for the room. They see the Drake in the room, and Drake just reaches into the gold pouch, hands the people the money to keep paying for the room, like, brr. The Drake's smart enough to do that. He's got 4 intelligence.
I mean, that is the minimum. That is the
He's
minimum
above-
intelligence a human
he's
can have.
He's above average, and he's above average. The minimum a human can have is 3,
Yeah.
which is smart animal. He's not intelligent enough to be sentient. Fortunately, that's 6 intelligent. It's barely sentient, barely sapient. Arc. No, Shadow, no.
Aww.
But I'm assuming that we get a long rest.
Yes,
Yay,
you
long
will.
rest. I love long
Okay.
rest.
And that is
Why?
probably where I will call it tonight.
All right.
That's fair.
Since I haven't had
Alright.
much prep time as I would have liked to this week.
That's
No,
No,
Alright.
that's understandable.
And with that, we'll call it here for today. As always, have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are. And remember to stay frosty. For those of you watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and ring that notification bell to get more content like this in the future. And if you support the channel or our artists, please view the links down in the description below.